The sound of shattering porcelain echoed through the restaurant's restroom, followed by a choked sob. Denise was on her knees, her hands shaking as the harsh fluorescent light reflected off the white tiles. Mr. Clayton, her manager, stood over her, his face twisted with rage. "You think you can talk back to me? You people never learn your place." His words cut through her like glass. Denise's breath came fast, but she bit her lip, refusing to cry. She'd been working doubles all week, just to afford her son's asthma medication, and this humiliation was the last thing she needed. Outside the door, a customer paused. The faint murmur of voices had turned sharp and cruel, but no one intervened. That was how it always went. Denise wiped her cheek, steadying herself as Clayton grabbed her arm again. "You spill one more drink and you're done here," he hissed. She stood slowly, meeting his eyes. "Then fire me," she whispered, her voice trembling but steady enough to make him flinch. He turned away, muttering something about ungrateful staff, and stormed out. Denise sank against the wall, tears finally slipping free. She didn't cry for herself, but for the hopelessness of having to endure this to survive. As she washed her face at the sink, she saw her reflection. Tired eyes, cracked lips, her hair tied up hastily. "You're stronger than this," she whispered to herself. "You have to be." That night, while she waited for her bus under a flickering streetlight, she thought about quitting. But quitting meant no rent, no medicine for Jamal. The city roared around her, indifferent. Then her phone buzzed, a message from an unknown number. "Saw what happened. You don't deserve that. We've got your back." She frowned, confused, but when she looked up, she saw a young woman from earlier at the diner, a customer who had left without finishing her meal. She was standing by a car, waving. "Hey," she called. "I recorded everything. He can't hurt you anymore." Denise froze. The woman smiled softly. "My sister went through the same thing. You're not alone." For a moment, Denise didn't move. Then all the fear, shame, and exhaustion broke into a single tearful laugh. "Thank you," she whispered. For the first time in years, she felt seen. If this story moved you, please take a moment to like and subscribe. Stories like this remind the world that silence can be broken and kindness still exists. The next morning, the video went viral. People across town flooded the diner's social media pages with outrage. "Fire him! Protect her! We stand with Denise." Within hours, Clayton was suspended pending investigation. Denise, meanwhile, was still at home in her small apartment, staring at the phone screen in disbelief. Her son, Jamal, ran up with his inhaler in hand. "Mom, you're famous!" He laughed. She smiled weakly, brushing his cheek. "No, baby. Not famous, just finally heard." 2 days later, the woman from the car, Lila, came by with coffee. "They offered you your job back, right?" she asked. Denise nodded slowly. "They did." "But I'm not going." Lila tilted her head. "What will you do?" Denise looked around her tiny apartment, old curtains, chipped paint, but something inside her felt brand new. "I'm starting over," she said softly. "Maybe open a small cafe someday, a place where people like me feel safe." Lila smiled. "You'd make it beautiful." Months later, a little coffee shop opened on the corner of Maple and 12th. A handwritten sign on the window read, "Kindness served here." Behind the counter, Denise worked with a quiet pride, serving regulars who knew her name. Sometimes she caught people looking at her and whispering. Some recognized her from the video, but she didn't mind anymore. The whispers weren't shameful now. They were respect. One afternoon, an older man entered the cafe, Mr. Clayton. His eyes were downcast, his suit wrinkled. "Denise," he said quietly, "I came to apologize." The room fell silent. Denise wiped her hands on her apron and studied him. "You hurt me deeply," she said, "but I learned something. Forgiving you doesn't make what you did okay, it just sets me free." He nodded, shame flooding his face. "I understand." As he left, Denise looked around her small cafe, the warm light, the laughter, the smell of fresh bread, and felt something she hadn't felt in years: peace. The world could be cruel, yes, But sometimes it also found a way to heal itself, one small act of courage at a time, and Denise, once humiliated in a locked bathroom, now stood tall in her own space, proof that dignity, once stolen, can always be reclaimed.